The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. On a Sabbath, Jesus went to dine at the home of one of the leading Pharisees, and the people there were observing him carefully. In front of him, there was a man suffering from dropsy. Jesus spoke to the scholars of the law and Pharisees in reply, asking, "Is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath or not?" But they kept silent. So he took the man, and after he had healed him, dismissed him. Then he said to them, "Who among you, if your son or ox falls into a cistern, would not immediately pull him out on the Sabbath day?" But they were unable to answer this question. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise be Jesus and Mary, now and forever. Here our Lord is criticizing the Pharisees because they continually criticized our Lord himself for doing things on the Sabbath where it was forbidden to work at all. So even curing a man from a disease, in this case a dropsy, was considered by them work, and you were not supposed to do anything. And that's why they kept writing him for all the cures he did, even on the Sabbath. Yeah, now here our Lord points out, well, you know, when something happens, you have to do something. Here he uses the example of the ox that falls into the cistern. You'd pull it out. If you weren't using it to help you to get to where you had to go, you'd pull it out. Then you're doing something on the Sabbath. And that's a continual thing. If we have to, we may. You see, what the Lord is pointing out with the day of rest, that's what the Sabbath was all about. The day of rest, on the day that God rested after creation. And what the Lord is pointing out, that day, which we also observe on Sunday, the day our Lord rose from the dead, and the day on which we also reflect on the Blessed Trinity. Right. On that day, that is the day we want to give to God alone. Right, that is why the commandment is make holy the Sabbath day. In our case, I repeat, Sunday. Right? In order to be able to give that day to Him, so that we reflect on God, give ourselves to Him. And of course, get the rest we need to be able to carry out our work during the week. But it does not preclude to do those things that are necessary, which our Lord does here when He cures this man on the Sabbath. Now here our Lord is exercising His mercy for one thing, but also for His love. And that our Lord always does, one way or another. If we will only ask Him, we will go to Him. And that's why He gives us this one day of the week to do that, to rest, to give ourselves to Him. That's why we are obliged to attend Mass on Sundays, in order to start our day precisely doing that. Give it to Him. Do something this time specifically, absolutely for Him. We should be doing so every day, but that is giving ourselves back to Him every day. Constantly reminding ourselves of His presence. And He is. And He is watching over us. And that is also why we celebrate the votive Mass on a Friday, the day on which our Lord died. The votive Mass to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the center of love, and the symbol of love. We might use a stronger word, charity, love of God, for the sake of God, because God so loves us before we can even start to love Him. We reflect on that love of our Lord, that love that would bring Him, well, first of all, bring Him in His humanity to suffer so intensely for all of us. Right? To reflect on that heart, crowned with thorns, pierced and bleeding, surmounted by the cross. Right? The signs of our Lord's love for us. And that's what He wants to do, extend that love to all of us, and allow us to be immersed in His love, consumed by that love, and to love Him in return for so immense, so intense love for us. Praise be Jesus and Mary, now and forever.